And one stretch of the La Jolla coast is now part of the National Register of Historic Places. CBS 8's Sean Stiles dives into the history of this coastline and explains the significance of this honor.
When you walk along this stretch of coastline from Whale View Point all the way out to Devil's Slide along Coast Walk, you have to say this is one of the most beautiful places in all of San Diego. Well, now the Jolla Park Coastal District has been placed on the National Register of Historic Places, preserving this stretch of coastline for generations to come.
This recognizes its importance to the founding and development of La Jolla from 1887 to 1940. There was a glass-bottomed boat that my mom used to talk about, which must have been fabulous. You could look through the glass at all the marine life underneath.
Without getting wet.
Seonaid McArthur is the chair of the Jolla Historical Landmark Group. Their effort began in 2018, getting the designation in May of 2024. She says the National Park Service is very particular on how districts are formed.
Fortunately, because our developers of the town of La Jolla used Coast Boulevard and what was originally Cave Street, today's Coast Walk, as the boundary for setting aside this land for the public.
Starting in the north at Torrey Pines Road and Coast Walk is where you'll find Devil's Slide.
It's over 100 million years old cliffs with terraces where all of the sea life, lives.
Next are the cliffs, home to cormorant, pelican, seagull, and the 7 caves. The most famous, Sunny Jim's Cave, which can be accessed through the Cave Store, the longest open business in La Jolla. The Cove has always been center stage.
Originally, there was a huge 2 bathhouses that were built overlooking the sea that accommodated a lot of the tent campers.
Around the corner, La Jolla Point, which is now a rookery for sea lions.
And then as you go further south, the Belvedere's in the park. This big park, 5.6 acres, was the focal point of the town.
Tucked along the bluffs is Boomers Beach and Shell Beach, followed by
the children's pool is really a great example of how a philanthropist like Ellen Browning Scripps really cared about this coastline, about the marine life.
At the south end, Whale View Point.
Believe it or not, those flat rocks to the south were some of the most popular tourist attractions in the 1900s.
The great thing about this designation, it was done completely with volunteers. So if you'd like to get involved, I'll have a link on this web story on our website so you can get involved. Sean Stiles, CBS 8.